During the year 1942 in French Morocco, Max Vaton arrives in the desert via parachute. He meets a driver who provides him with necessary items like luggage, a wedding ring, a weapon, and false documents. The driver informs Max that the woman he is supposed to meet will be wearing a purple dress and tells him to look for the hummingbird. At a club in Casablanca, Max finds the woman named Marianne Bossuer. Marianne instantly recognizes him and greets him excitedly with a kiss. To maintain their cover as a married couple, they act as husband and wife in front of Marianne's friends before departing. While driving away, Marianne compliments Max on his convincing performance but criticizes his Parisian French accent. Max and Marianne's mission involves assassinating the Nazi ambassador. They live together, pretending to be a married couple, in order to make their charade believable. They engage with the ambassador, Hobart, with Marianne doing most of the talking, portraying Max as her French husband. Hobart insists that Max attend a party, but Max pretends to prefer playing poker. Hobart challenges him to split a deck of cards, and if Max draws the lowest card, he must attend the party. Max skillfully shuffles the deck and intentionally selects the low card, which was his desired outcome. As they continue their preparations, including target practice and maintaining their husband and wife facade, Max initially resists Marianne's genuine advances. However, they eventually succumb to their desires and have sex in Max's car during a sandstorm. Both Max and Marianne attend a party where several Nazi officials are present. When Hobart descends the stairs to address the guests, a massive explosion occurs outside. Max and Marianne quickly retrieve weapons hidden under a table and shoot the German soldiers. Max injures Hobart and ultimately kills him with a precise shot to the head. Marianne eliminates one German who tries to shoot her, and she almost kills his wife until Max intervenes. They continue shooting until they escape. Having accomplished their mission, Max and Marianne prepare to part ways. However, Max invites Marianne to join him in London, where they can marry. She agrees, and they tie the knot. During an air raid in London, Marianne goes into labor and is evacuated from the hospital as bombs start falling. Max stays by her side, and Marianne gives birth to a baby girl named Anna in the hospital courtyard. A year passes, and Max and Marianne have fully embraced their life as a family, having genuinely fallen in love. Max is summoned to a meeting with a commanding officer named Frank Heslop and a special operations executive official. They inform Max that Marianne is suspected of being a German spy. The real Marianne Bossuer was killed, and a German spy assumed her identity. Max discovers that Hobart was a dissident, and Hitler wanted him dead. The officer orders Max to conduct a loyalty test on Marianne, a blue dye operation, or else both of them will be executed. Initially cooperating, Max eventually decides to investigate the truth independently. Max plans a party for Frank and other officers to prove Marianne's innocence. He visits his sister Bridget's house to invite her and her girlfriend Louise. Max seeks out Marianne's former associate Guy Sangster, who is recovering in a hospital, confined to a wheelchair, and severely disfigured. Max shows Guy a photo of Marianne on their wedding day, hoping for identification. However, Guy, having lost an eye, can only see a white figure. He expresses anger towards Max for what he has endured but mentions another man in France, Paul Delamere, who knew Marianne. Unfortunately, the pilot sent to confirm Marianne's identity is killed by the Germans while searching for Paul. The party commences at Max and Marianne's residence, with numerous guests present, engaging in intimate encounters throughout the house. During the party, an air raid occurs, and a German plane spirals toward their apartment. Max rushes upstairs to retrieve Anna, but Marianne has already taken her. Max shields them as the plane narrowly misses and crashes in a field behind their house. Max travels to France to locate Paul Delamere, whom resistance members inform him is imprisoned. Max and his comrades forcibly obtain the keys to the cell at gunpoint to speak with Paul. Paul, heavily intoxicated, vomits when Max wakes him up. Max shows Paul the picture of Marianne and asks for confirmation of her identity. Paul's response seems to confirm her identity until he mentions that he saw her playing the French Marseillaise on the piano in front of the Germans, portraying her as a goddess. This revelation leaves Max stunned. The police officer alerts German troops searching for black market cigarettes to the presence of the resistance soldiers. Max and his comrades eliminate the Germans, with Max throwing a grenade into their personnel carrier before delivering a final blow to the wounded soldiers. Returning to England, Max insists that Marianne accompany him. He takes her to a pub and instructs her to play the piano, specifically the French song Marseillaise mentioned by Paul. Reluctantly, Marianne closes the piano, understanding the implication. She starts crying, explaining that the Germans found her in England and threatened to harm Anna. Marianne admits to sending a message the previous night and being forced to spy for the Germans. Max is furious but questions her about her love for him. Marianne declares her love for him and their life together. Max plans to escape with Marianne and Anna, killing the nanny and a jeweler who served as her handlers. They head to an airfield, where Max attempts to start a plane, but Frank and other soldiers arrive. Frank confronts Max and prepares to arrest him for treason. Marianne gently places Anna in the seat and retrieves a gun from the glove compartment. She steps out of the car, professes her love to Max, and instructs him to take care of Anna. Then, she turns away and shoots herself in the head. Max removes his jacket and covers Marianne's body. Frank orders the other soldiers to report that Max killed Marianne himself. In the final scene, Marianne writes a letter to Anna, to be read when she is older. She expresses her love for Anna, Max, and the year they shared in London. The film concludes with an older Max and a teenage Anna walking through the fields of their ranch.